Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. This is the Apex Online Racing iRacing Formula 3 League Season 2, round number 4, here at the Temple of Speed, the Autodromo Nazionale Monza. My name is King-Kodiak and I'll be one of your commentators throughout this evening's race. Joining me in the commentary box this time, I'm very glad to say, is returning to my side, it is Simon.
Hello, yeah, I'm back again.
Awesome stuff. Right, qualifying is underway. For those unfamiliar with the series, it is a solo qualifying session, so everybody is technically on track at the same time, but they cannot see each other, etc. The skins will appear white briefly, that's because I refreshed them, and some people didn't come out of the pits after I did so. That's all that particularly means. Everything will return to normal very, very quickly. We have got 29 drivers with us for this amazing round, and what a bonkers round we had last week at Zandvoort. It's going to be quite a difficult one to top. Monza, a very different type of circuit. Now, Simon's driven this particular combination. I'm not a driver, as we know, so Simon's a little bit more familiar with how this feels trackside. Anything that our drivers need to be worried about, Simon?
Well, it's a Monza is a straight with a circuit with a lot of straights, so naturally it's not that hard a track to actually drive. They'll have a few braking zones, especially turn 1 and turn towards into the chicane, where it's a bit tricky, but else then it should be a fairly easy track to really come a bit loose, but we've seen that in some of the other races, so that's not really that big of a news.
Okie dokie, let's have a quick look at our championship standings. Oops, that's gone behind the level. There it is, Paul Ilbrink at the top of the championship. He still only has the one win under his belt, but he's been on the podium 4 times, and the 2 times he was outside the podium, he was 4th. So he's had a really strong, consistent showing up there with 132 points. Then René Osterkamp lost a potential win last week in the feature race at Zandvoort, wrong country. So he sits in second with 107. Luke Barton taking that amazing win. Was such a strong performance in the feature race last week. In third position, then Fassbender dropping down to 4th with a double DNF. That's 3 this season. He's been on the podium the other 3 times, so it's going to be interesting to see what he's able to do. Then it is Van Hooyman 5, Holstein 6, Summer 7, Martinson 8, Phil Reed 9, and Stefan Herman rounds out our top 10.
Yeah, it'll bring just a case study of consistency, really. Ben Play has to be all 6 races so far, and all 3 rounds. Yeah, just been at the front where he has to be. Not also compares accident in Zandvoort, which was very expensive and a very expensive mistake to make. Fassbender has been either really bad. That hasn't really been the middle ground he needs to have. Yeah.
It has been a bit of a mixed bag for Fassbender. Now the time's beginning to roll in, so these guys getting their first time lap on the board. Osterkamp on the top, unsurprisingly, with a 1:41.057. Kester 2, Conor Ryan 3, Alexander Waldo 4, Alexis Boucher 5, Saradov just pushed down to 7th. Now down to 8th as the times are really starting to roll in. I can't read them off this quick. And Marcel Fassbender just slots into 2nd, but is half a second, 4/10 indeed, behind René Osterkamp. Stefan Herman there in 3rd. Who else has jumped in? Tom Van Hooyman is in there. Alex Bennett, Jordan Pierce, Alexis Boucher, Erka Lindstrom, David Butela. They've all got times on the board, as you can see, but still a lot of people to register their laps. We are still looking at Osterkamp as he's coming through to complete his next time lap. That's not the camera I was looking for, it was that one I was aiming for. We'll follow René through on a hot lap. Where is... Oh, there he is, Paul Ilbrink. He's just come through. He's coming through the West Vida. So that's our championship leader, currently in 5th position. 1:41.828. Let us follow René through then on a hot lap of Monza. Off of the Parabolica, then he stayed over to the right hand side to streamline towards behind as quick as he can. Wow, another 1:41.0 for Osterkamp, 0.94, so about 0.04 seconds slower than his first one. Braking hard at the 100-meter board, down through the gears, down into 1st. One of the few times these cars see the first gear. Whoa, and the tail gets very light on the exit of the Retifilia. Now through the Curva Grande, absolutely flat to the floor and hard over to the apex. You can see it's surprisingly bumpy through the apex of the Curva Grande, but nowhere near what we saw last week with Zandvoort. Then heavy on the brakes again for the Darogia, down into third. Rides the first apex curve quite hard, but it's quite smooth on the exit. Now the two Lesmos. Just comes off the gas, not a great deal of braking going on for the first one. Wanders onto the AstroTurf, nicely controlled. Now down one gear through the slightly banked Lesmo 2. Kicks up a tiny bit of dust, nothing too bad on the exit of the second Lesmo. Now through the Curva del Seraglio, which no one ever says, and then heading towards Ascari. Hard over to the right hand side, heavy on the brakes, around about 75 metres. Catches the apex quite nicely for the entrance, steady on the gas through the middle and hard on the gas for the exit. Now this is where the exit of the corner becomes so crucial. You're such a long time on the gas, heading towards the Parabolica once again. Stefan Hermann jumping up to second, I can see, with a 41.4. And whoa, that's very wide for Osterkamp. He had to get out of the gas. I don't think he's going to improve on that one. Didn't quite get the entrance of Parabolica as I imagine he would. He's backed out of that. His day is done. That is a lap around Monza. Stefan Hermann in second, Fassbender third, Kessler currently fourth. Where is Ilbrink? There he is. He's just come through the Darogia. He has about half a lap to go. So even though there's much less corners and braking zones, it's not a great deal less challenging for our drivers.
Well, no, Osterkamp, actually, I watched the practice beforehand. Osterkamp is the current lap time is faster than what he did in practice. In a 17-minute practice session, it was faster than that. And no one else seems to be able to well, Fassbender is 4/10 of his practice time, so...
Wow.
Definitely a very, very strong shot from us.
We have a couple of new names with us as well from our usual gathering. One of them is Ty McLeod, car number 13, privateer entrant. There, the Brit streaming on down towards the Retifilia for another attempt. Yet to get a time on the board. Where's the other one? There he is. Bruno Demeter in the Ferrari liveried car. Also privateer entry, car number 16. And there we go. We do see quite a few people kicking up a bit of dust on the exit of the second Lesmo. Seems to be the way that the drivers... seems to be a fairly common practice. The GTEs did that a lot as well. But it does cause a lot of people just lose the tail and slam into the wall. I saw it a few times in practice that preceded this. So the drivers do have to be careful. They have got as much adhesion as they need, and not just gun it too soon, trying to come away from the second Lesmos. Most people have got their times runs done. Not many people still on track. Matt Beard and Kerry Nolden. No time on the board. Kerry Nolden serving a quali ban for the feature race due to incidents happening at Interlagos. He wasn't with us at Zandvoort. But, still following Demeter through. What does he get on the board? And that was 1,000th quicker than his previous lap. That's consistent. I'll give him that. So 42.
That's a high level of consistency. I think Matt Pitt just about reaches, and he apparently disconnected out of the server, which is why he has no time. So,
oh dear,
that's gonna be back off the grid for him as well. Then,
indeed, hopefully he'll be able to rejoin the session if that is the case. Fassbender though still going. 141, 164. His last lap, so that jumped him up to second, just a 10th off of Rennie's time, and he's in the pits, so he will not be starting.
He was on his fourth lap anyway. He had already done his. He was just doing extra practice, really.
So Daniel Morris is still out there. He's the only car. Oh, and there we go, kicking up a bit more dust on the exit of.
Doesn't matter
because the timer is done. So the grid for this race is Osterkamp, Fassbender, Hermann, Kessler, Ilbrink, Barton, Sadler, Holstein, Reed, Gaidemeyer, Larson, Ryan, Demeter, Martinson, Woodford, Hoyman, Lindstrom, Emre, Bennett, Dove, Morris, Waldo, Pierce, Boucher, and beg your pardon, I didn't actually see that move. Emerton, Butilar, Nolden, McLeod, and Beard forms up our grid. That's not a great camera. Let's try a different one. Let's try. Oh, there's very few people on track at the moment, and the blimp cam is actually facing the back of the grandstand. That's no good.
That doesn't help much.
Not particularly. Right. Well. So we have the tense time then as everybody grids up. It is a 40-minute feature race, roughly around 24 laps or so. So we'll see how well our drivers do. Quite cloudy, so the track temperature not too high. Favours some people. We've seen how, when the track temperature changes, we've seen how that can really help some people, but different people favour different conditions more than others.
This is a style which, let's be honest, can cause quite a lot of chaos since we are at some assets. It has its notoriety for a reason, not just not in online lobbies on F1, but also in general. That is very hard.
Absolutely, it is.
There's more than 20 cars to get them through, with no one flying off some.
Retifidio gets very, very crowded with 29 cars streaming towards it. And as we know, these Formula cars don't take lightly to be bumped around. So here we go then. New set of lights available for us. They are red and red again. So let us get them underway, wind them up and let them go. A cracking start then from Osterkamp. Is he going to be able to stay ahead? Look at the sea of yellow, but look at that. That, I think, is, if I get the names right, it's a big old sea of yellow streaming on towards the Retafilio. Who's going to be the lead CMRC that comes out of that? It is Osterkamp. I think it was Kessler had a stunning start from where he was. Fastbender in fourth. Lots of jostling for position. I think a few people have come to grief. Alexander Waldo. Yeah, a few people have had problems. See Waldo's fallen down through the field, unfortunately. But, Stefan Herman with a big moment of lag. Oh, Patrick Kessler is slow. Oh, no, he's had a big problem. He's losing positions. He's down to 8th position as they squeeze on through the Del Roger. Oh, go on.
Massive crash with Hamilton and a bunch more. Right before the chicane.
Who was that?
Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis
and
Hamilton.
I couldn't see more. Also, I think Daniel J. Moore.
See if we can pick him up, Lewis Emerton. So we can see what happens. So we're watching him through the Curva Grande. Car number 57, right in the middle of that pack. Oh, there we go. Someone cut right in front of him, and that was 3 cars into the wall, and that's probably the end of their day. But Rani Osterkamp is 1 second ahead now, but the rest of the CMRC guys. There's Luke Barton under pressure from Paul Ilbrink. So it does look like car number 10 is on the inside trying to take the position, but look at where Kessler fell to. He's down in 8th. He's just trying to come past Phil Reed, which is in itself no easy feat. Paul Ilbrink on the inside of Parabolica. Is he going to get this move done? We know how good Luke Barton is when he gets into his stride, but Rani Osterkamp with a comparatively comfortable lead up front. Just over a second, but look at this. Ilbrink and Barton still side by side. It's Luke Barton not willing to give that up at all. Side by side everywhere. Look at the 2 Comrade racing cars further down the road. Oh, Luke Barton, that was so close. You couldn't fit a cigarette paper in between those 2. Goodness me. And then,
that was cutting it very, very close.
Just a bit.
But there's no contact.
There wasn't. Yeah, well driven. There's Alex Sadler, the next Radicals Online car. Further down the road is joining in this particular battle. And look again, that's Ilbrink again, sizing up a move. He's having a look on the inside, coming through Del Rogia, and he's got the position done. He's now going to fend off Luke Barton, but wow, that was a very convincing move. Oh, wow, that could have gone very horribly wrong between the 3 of them, Ilbrink, Barton and Sadler. As Barton has been forced wide coming through the Lesmos. That's on the inside. Here's Adam Sadler. He's gone up into 5th position. That's 2 places that Luke has lost in the last few corners. And he's under pressure again. Patrick Kessler making his way through the field. Here comes Phil Reed as well. Oh my goodness, it's undoing itself very badly for Luke Barton.
That's not good. Just Sadler just took the inside into Lesmo 1, and from that Barton was just a sitting dog really, because he couldn't get probably through the Lesmo 1 and not the Lesmo 2 because they were still side by side at that point. So also Barton has a very, very low exit speed, and that just means Reed Kessler just walls past.
Looking back from Alex Sadler, that's Patrick Kessler and Luke Barton. You can see in following on. The slipstream is going to be very, very crucial here. Running off the camp, of course, getting the fastest lap, 1.2 seconds clear. Here comes Kessler, jumps out of the slipstream at the very last second on Adam Sadler, and through into 5th goes Kessler, and there's Phil Reed trying to put pressure on Luke Barton. A little bit further back, we've got Holstein and Kimi Larson side by side. Wow, that is very close. The two Comrade gaming cars still staying together. Gaydemer leads Holstein at the moment. There is Gaydemer. He's actually broken clear of that long train that starts at Holstein, goes all the way down to pretty much Knut Martinsen. Actually, well, slightly further than that, because there's Tom van Hooyman as well involved in that. Oh, Holstein is side by side again with Kimi Larson coming up to the Rettivilio. No, I was right first time. Del Roger. I always get those two the wrong way around. Well, goodness me. There's so much fighting going on. There is Demeter in the distinctive Ferrari liveried, or Ferrari-esque liveried car, still in 13th. So he's managed to escape the early carnage. Wow, a lot of fighting going on, as you'd imagine. But once again, it's a Sim RC day up front. But we saw how quickly that changed in the course of the race last week.
Well, yeah, definitely. I think this is racing vintage engine. It's that kind of, you go from hero to zero, or vice versa. Like we saw with Bahrain for the Formula 1 Grand Prix. Leclerc looking good entire weekend, and then a single cylinder was gone.
Bang, yeah. Oh, look at that. That's Paul Ilbring right the way down to Sarah Dove. 4th down to 21st in that one camera shot. Down from the beginning of Parabolica right the way back to the exit of Ascari. Osterkamp exerting his authority again, now 1.6 seconds clear of Herman. Fassbender staying with his compatriot or his fellow teammate, I should say, for 2nd and 3rd. Ilbrink still under a bit of pressure from Kessler, Kimi Larson and Christoph Holstein still fighting. And then that's Connor Ryan that's looking to get involved, and right behind them that's Ross Woodford and Erka Lindström that are having a battle. Knut Martinsen's got a great ringside seat for that one as it still goes on. Holstein and Larson again. They're swapping positions. Woodford and Lindström as well doing the same thing, coming through Curva Grande. It's impossible to know with a look. We may be sort of in the breadth of the midfield here, but there's so much fighting going on. Oh me of little faith. I thought this race wouldn't be as crazy as it was last week.
Oh, Ryan off.
Yeah, just saw his name falling. Connor Ryan, what happened to you?
I looked over on the time screen, right, and Connor Ryan, who was like 12, 13 or somewhere along there, had his minus spin, like not even that far off, and he's down to 20th. He lost 8 positions. Ouch. In a single. He wasn't even going that far off. We talked before, like you were missing me last week, and like you didn't think Monza would be this insane, and well, it kind of proved you wrong.
Very, very wrong, and I'm very happy about it. Don't misunderstand. I'm quite happy with it. We got all this fighting. That's Erka Lindström, and that's Knut Martinsen that are side. Well, so many people side by side. Look at that! That's just a big lot of fighting going on right in the midst, right in the heart of the midfield. Absolutely brilliant stuff. What's happened to Rennie Osterkamp? Why is he falling through the field? He's lagged, that's why. Nothing wrong going there. Herman 2, Marcel Fassbender 3. They're all fairly spread out. Ilbrink's in there as well. Kessler has got Adam Sadler with him, Erka Lindström and Knut Martinsen, and that is Tom van Hooyman that are all side by side. Oh, this could get spicy coming into the Rettivilio. Whoa, well driven. Tom van Hooyman diving on the inside. Can't get the drive he needs though, and he's lost positions. Evan Imre's come through, and that's Alex Bennett directly behind. Oh, wait, it's either going to be a great amount of fighting going on in this midfield, or there is going to be the biggest wreck. Oh, Sadler! Sadler's off! What has happened to Alex Sadler, car number 39? Oh, again, that's where we've seen a few incidents go on there. Oh, be careful how you rejoin, Mr. Sadler. Goodness me. He's lost so much time. Why didn't he reverse? These things have a reverse gear. I mean, it's easier for me to say. I'm not the one, down the trackside, but he's all the way down in 24th.
The reason I'm here and not out there because I've used that reverse gear way too much already.
Oh dear. So there you go. And you can see on the overlay where Alex Sadler was. He was in 6th, now 24th, due to that one. And there was no impact there. He just overcooked it coming into the Del Rogia. as we can see, that's Ross Woodford sizing up a move on Bruno Demeter.
I think we've started to have a train bigger than the high train for Charles Leclerc.
On the inside of Parabolica is Bruno Demeter trying to fend off Ross Woodford. And that is Kerry Nolden in that mixture as well. The slipstream is absolutely crucial in on this track, on the nose of Kerry Nolden. That's Bruno. Is Bruno going to jump out from Woodford? That's going to get interesting again. 3 wide heading towards Rettifilio. And who's going to bow out of this one? Demeter goes to the inside on Woodford. Has Woodford seen him? Yes, he has. Enough racing room and no more. Give him a Kerry Nolden slithered through into 11th position. Evan Imre just lost a position to Erkan Lindström, so lots of fighting going on. Looks like the top guys have spread out a bit, but plenty of fighting still to resolve.
Well, if we talked about someone last week being a madhouse. if someone was a madhouse, I don't know what this is.
Tom von Heumann on the outside of Alex Bennett, side by side, coming through Del Rogia, now finally getting back into line. Wow, it's impossible. I'm looking at the times, just they are so very close. But it is just punching, counterpunch, way more than I was expecting. Oh, Van Heumann again. Alex Bennett didn't get a great drive on the exit of the second Lesmo. Side by side heading towards Ascari. Van Heuman's going to have the outside, Bennett the inside. Who's going to be bigger on the brakes? Then Sarah Dove and Alexis Boucher right behind them. They're going to have to bide their time. Looks like Bennett's going to win out on that one. Or Van Heumann backed out of it and formed back into line. Actually, Marcel Fassbender is not too far off the back of Stefan Hermann. There they are. That's second and third. 2.5 seconds down the road. He's running Osterkamp. So CMLC controlling the day as always. But we'll see if that is the case as the race concludes. But wow, we've only done 6 laps, and what an amazing amount of fighting going on. There's Woodford and Demeter at it again.
It's even starting in the front now with Fassbender right behind Stefan Hermann.
He is. Oops, Stefan Hermann lagging a little bit there as they continue on their merry way. Fassbender looks like he's starting to get his foot down a bit as Osterkamp can afford to just back off a little. Oh, Demeter did lose that position to Woodford as they came into Rettifilio. There is Kanu Martinson, ready to do something about it as well. So even though the rest of the field, well, the top half of the field are fairly spread out, they're not spread out too much. I mean, Fassbender is half a second off the back of Hermann. The biggest gap is kind of 1.5 seconds. For instance, Kessler to Ilbring, 4th to 5th.
Well, we've driven for 11 minutes now. There's like spread around 20 to 25 seconds from Osterkamp to 23rd or something like around there. But yeah, it's hard to see where do you actually look because there's battles everywhere.
Oh, Kanu Martinson's getting very close to Bruno Demeter. Once again, streaming on down towards Ascari. Oh, is Kanu going to have a look at the inside of Ascari? That would be very, very brave, but opts not to go for that one as he slots back in line on the nose of the AOR yellow car number 20 through Ascari. Nicely done. But of course, Demeter is getting a slipstream off of Woodford, so Kanu Martin, I think, is just going to have to follow suit for now. Oh, Fassbender is side by side, I think, with a lagging Stefan Hermann. There they are, side by side, the CMRC boys. Who is going to win out on this one? It's obviously difficult to kind of judge where Hermann is, but Hermann slots in behind Fassbender. That is car 49 then up into second position, back into his starting place. Is Fassbender going to start to run off and try and chase off after Rennie Osterkamp? 3 seconds is what he's got to close down. He's got the time to do it, but we'll see if he's able to keep that one going. Oh, Phil Reed! Wow, what on earth happened there? We just realised Dominic Gadamer, which is the car behind the Comrade Gaming car. Oh, a bit more adhesion than your car was willing to give you there, Phil, but well caught as he just slots down into 8th position. He's got 3 seconds behind to the second Comrade Gaming car of Christoph Holstein, so he's got no immediate worries there. And there he is.
You mentioned going in on the inside. You only do that when you actually committed to the move. I done IMSA this week as well, along with F3 in the GT3 car, and it's definitely I did it once, but it was really a move you have to commit to, even in the smaller F3 cars as well.
Yeah, you can't second guess that one. You either go whole hog and fully commit to the move, or you don't attempt it at all. Yeah, I can fully understand that.
Oh,
go on.
Alexis Bush out of Let's Go 2.
Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one for Boucher.
That's a toe.
Oh, runs a bit wide on the exit of the first one. What does he do here? Oh, that's exactly what I was talking about. Oh, a huge hit for Alexis Boucher as Marcel Fassbender gets the new fastest lap with a 41.437. Yep, that's exactly what I was talking about. If you particularly if you cancel apex on the second Lesmo, it will just push the car out wide. And if you give it too many beans too quickly, the tail just won't hold and it will spit you into the wall, which is exactly what Alexis Boucher has just demonstrated. What's happened to Tom van Hooyman? Nothing, he's in the pits.
Well, I'll admit to having done that a few too many times in practice.
Yeah.
But yeah, although we have 4 retirements after 29 as of the race.
So that will be Lewis Hamilton, Jordan Pierce, Daniel Morris, and Alex Sadler.
No, that will be Alex Sadler, Matt Beard, Alex Bush, and Lewis Hamilton at the very least left the server. So that's definitely done for the.
That's a definitive. Yes, a definitive one. Oh,
Morrison Pierce might go on and get a bit more experience.
Canute Martinson under a lot of pressure from Ross Woodford as they come through the second Lesmo. You can see how much, ironically, is tyre marked on gravel. It's a slightly unusual effect, but you can see how many times people are running wide there. That's Martinson, Woodford, Imre, and Lindstrom in that pack. 13, 14, 15, 16, and that's the closest battle we have as far as sort of time between cars is concerned. But is Woodford going to have a crack at Canute Martinson? Now streaming on down towards Parabolica once again in the slipstream. Is Canute going to defend the inside line? Is Woodford going to go? No, he backed out of that one. He wants to have a go coming into the Retrofilio, but Evan Imre is there to try and spoil that party. Evan a little wide coming through Parabolica. There's several different ways you can take Parabolica. There's not one definitive fastest line there. So, drivers can be a bit more inventive there. Let's get on the nose of Evan Imre. You can see how Woodford's closing in on Canute. Is Woodford going to have a dive on the inside? No, he didn't fancy that one. Oh, Demeter's got that horribly wrong. Demeter's jumped over that one. I think he's just outbraked himself. There's way too hot. And he's bounced over the... Oh, Canute did the same. Canute had his own spin.
Canute almost did the same, just almost there.
Yeah. Oh, and he had the power down just as the rear wheels hit the floor. And that is spat him out of that particular battle he was in. Great shame because he was doing well to fend off the advances of Ross Woodford. But that basically Demeter has now replaced Canute in that particular train. Because there is Woodford, Imre, and Lindstrom. So they have somebody else to chase. There's Martinson, you saw in the background of the shot. Phil Reed is relatively close to Dominic Gadimir. That is the gap between, or Phil Reed in between the two Comrade Gaming cars in 8th position at the moment. There at the top is Luke Barton, winner of last week's feature race, in 6th place at the moment. But this man, Michael Fassbender, yeah, I knew I'd do that at some point. Marcel Fassbender is gaining on René Osterkamp by about 0.3 a lap. So he will be with him in about 10 laps or so-ish. But, he is absolutely flying at the moment. There is René Osterkamp. So those two will be battling each other before the checker flag falls, should there not be any problems between them. Oh, Evan Imre and Ross Woodford very close with Erkel Lindstrom in hot pursuit. Here we go again into Retrofilio. There goes Evan on the inside. Who's going to be bolder on the brakes? Is the Scotsman going to win? Not quite. He's just fended off by Woodford. Oh, what's happened to Alex Bennett? He's just been overtaken by Sarah Dove in the exact same manner. So still lots of fighting going on.
Indeed, really has some really good battles and almost as good as Soundward, really. With a bit.
Oh, we just cut to that. Let's just jump back slightly as Woodford was ahead of Imre. Imre's slipstream coming through Curva Grande. Oh, they just got into one another. Oh, wow, that was very, very close from Erkel Lindstrom. As as Woodford nearly dropped it trying to recover from that. There'll be some words said about that incident, I dare say. That's dropped Woodford behind Sarah Dove and Alex Bennett. There's Evan Imray, so he's not too far up the road from Woodford, but still a lot of fighting going on back there.
I actually had to cut the first part of the chicane to avoid that.
I wonder whether Evan thought he was clear of Woodford before he looked like he was trying to return to the racing line, but Woodford was still there. That's what it looked like for me, but that's up to the stewards to decide or portion blame for that one.
Yeah, it is. We'll see what they say to him, if a penalty will fall out of it. It's Kerry Nolden is now into the pits.
Kerry Nolden, where are you? Where are you? Where is he? Oh, there he is. Couldn't find him on the list to start with, but a planned stop for him. Demeter is in as well. So
yeah, reached the halfway point. LP was going to come in. Do the mandatory pit stop for the feature race.
So 7.5 second stop. Oh, that is Canoe Martinson that's coming as well. So 7.5 second stop is an ideal one. Evan Imray in as well. I suspect he'll be in a bit longer. Is that him on his way out? Oh, wow. That was actually a really short stop for Evan. So I'm surprised. So he obviously didn't have any damage as a result of that impact he had. He comes out right behind Bruno Demeter. And Martinson's
both.
Go on.
So stuff for both Conor and Ryan, who had won it quite a bit ago, but Tom van Hooyman as well was also really fast. Well, he had, like, when Evan and Tom van Hooyman's pit stop times are about half of most other, like, of the three that went in.
Tom van Hooyman's lost the position to Bruno. I think he had a poor exit from the Respilio. He's lost that 17th spot. Here comes Canute to demote. Oh, it's Evan Imray, I beg your pardon. Wrong AOR yellow. So through they go. No particular problems there. Just going to keep an eye on the incident limit, because I want to keep a close eye on that one. No one's really anywhere near it. Not a common track for incident limit issues, I would have thought. But then I thought there wasn't going to be anywhere near as much racing as we've had. So, you know, what do I know?
Yeah, no, we expected quite a bit of a quiet race, but that's great now what we've been gifted. We get gifted a really exciting and good racing.
And more of that. I'm keeping a very firm... Phil Reeves brought his car in. I'm keeping a very firm eye on the lead gap, as that is getting smaller and smaller lap on laps. Less than 2 seconds now between Fassbender and Osterkamp. So whether Osterkamp is just biding his time or he's just struggling to keep the pace. I mean... Oh, wow, Fassbender, that was a lot of dust. Ross Woodford, are you in the pits? Yes, you are, so no issue for you.
Well, let's hope Osterkamp doesn't throw another race win away. He did. That's not what you want to do.
No, certainly not. I would imagine for the SimRC guys, last week was one definitely to forget. Although Rene did come home in second in the sprint race, but it was a sure victory that slipped through their hands last time around. But we will see. I'm sure that will be counted as their drop week.
Yeah. Well, for SimRC, it's essentially 2 races to forget, really. Just nothing seemed to work for them.
Yeah, very true. This battle
into the places that never exist.
Yeah. Exactly that. Oh, look at that. Van Hooyman, Imray and Demeter very close. That's how close it is on the nose of car 77. The NHRE Sports 1. So they come through the Lesmos. Right to time. He wants a decent exit from here. You can see the dust that Demeter kicks up. Imray wanted to stay very much in the tyre tracks of the red car 16. Van Hooyman is rather minding his own business at the moment. There goes Imray. Is he going to commit to an outside manoeuvre around Ascari? That'd be very, very brave. But of course, as he's fighting, that has brought Van Hooyman in, or back into this particular battle. Several other people have pitted as well. We'll check up on them in a minute. Here comes Van Hooyman. This is the move he wanted to do. But Imray is looking to try and make a move on Demeter as well, as the red car defends heavily on the inside, coming towards Parabolica. Who's going to be brave on the brakes this time? Is Evan Imray going to take the position from Demeter? Oh, bit of a slide then from car 16. But who's going to have the greater traction on the exits? It does look like it's going to be Evan Imray. Tom Van Hooyman is trying to stay in his tyre tracks, and that is indeed 16th to Evan Imre. Can he hold on to it? Staying hard to the inside line, coming towards Rettifilio. Bruno Demeter jumps out from the slipstream. Is he going to be brave on the brakes? He's going to try for an outside into the first apex, and he very nearly caught him, and that put Van Hooyman out of position. Oh, that could have got very nasty, but it didn't look like there was impact, but it was very, very close.
Yeah. Actually looked a bit weird. Let's take a look here at the...
What's happened?
I don't think it's just one thing that looked like the inside wheel was a bit bent, but I think it's just the camber of the tire as well.
Yeah,
it was a bit because of the angle of whoever gun looked a bit like it was bent, but it wasn't.
Wow, what a quick stop from both the SimRC guys. They came in at the same time, and Osterkamp had a quicker pit stop by 1/10 of a second. He spent a grand total of 2/10 less in the pit lane than Fassbender did. Barton is in there as well. He's just on his way out. Sarah Dove is up into 6th position. She hasn't pitted. Stefan Herman leads the race now. Where's Luke Barton reappeared there? He is slots in behind Alex Bennett in 8th position. So his pit stop now served. There is Stefan Herman. He now leads. There's Paul Ilbrink in the background with Patrick Kessler flying the SimRC flag up front now. At the moment, the lead guy that's pitted is, of course, René Osterkamp. He still has Marcel Fassbender for company. So they're now going to sprint on to the checkered flag. And I suspect René is going to have a lot of work to do when they get there, because Fassbender has had the pace over his fellow SimRC driver, but we'll see who wins out when they get there.
Well, you might see someone like Ilbring maybe try and go very, very late just to cut down the pit stop time. Getting a few seconds on that.
Good, will do. We'll see what he does. It doesn't look like Herman's come in. No, Ilbring's not interested. Kessler? Nope. No, he's not wanting to play ball. Not a great deal to report on the incident limit. The highest person we have is actually David Butelaar. He's on 8 out of a 15, I think it is, incident limit.
15, yeah, 15.
For the feature race, so no one anywhere near the incident limit. It has caught a few people out in previous races, but at the moment, no such problems. Well, Phil Reed is ahead of Gaidemeyer and Holstein, so something's gone on here, because Holstein was a few seconds behind Phil Reed and Dominic Gaidemeyer last time we looked. Now that's changed around. Phil Reed in 9th position. They've all been through the pits. Only a few people haven't. From what I can see, it's our top 3, Herman Ilbrink and Kessler. Sarah Duff. Oh, go on.
Looks like Phil Reed and Holstein actually took 2 seconds to get him in the pits. Like Phil Reed's lane time is 28.2, but Gaidemeyer is 30.1.
Oh, that'll do it. Yeah, he did indeed have a longest. He was longer in the pit lane, so he must have been slower when he got there. It looked like the actual pit stop time was the same, or similar, but interesting. Phil Reed carrying on nonetheless. Alex Bennett has been through bits, just coming out. He's going to slot behind Canoe Martinson, it seems. Oh, there's Ross Woodford, so that's going to be 20th for Alex Bennett. 14 Tepper. And on he goes. Still minding his own business. Phil Reed, what's happened to you? Nothing, you've lagged. That's all that's happened to you. Stefan Herman, why have I lost you from my list? You've come into the pits, so no major dramas for you. Ilbrink's going to take over the lead. Looks like Kessler's come in as well. Yep, he has. So the only next one down the road that hasn't is Sarah Dove. She's up in 6th. And then it is Connor Ryan, according to my list, who's yet to come through the pits. And I think, and Butelaar is the only runners left that have yet to see the pit lane. So still a little bit of shuffling to do. Where is Osterkamp and Fassbender? There is Osterkamp. Kessler is only just coming away from the pit lane, so he's not going to be involved in that battle. There you see is Fassbender. That's actually Stefan Herman coming out of the pits. So once again, the SimRC guys will be fairly close together. So we're going to see if Herman can close in on Fassbender, especially if Marcel starts to fight with René. And Marcel did gain, again, a couple of tenths on René Osterkamp last time around. So once again, I think we'll see the SimRC boys fighting for the top honours.
I can't remember, was Paul Imbrink before Peel starts pit, was Paul Imbrink 5th or 6th, because then he might have gained a position.
I think he was 6th or so when before the pit stop phase began.
Well, currently he's in the like Herman and Kessler's in the window where Imbrink might actually get a. That could be potentially P4 for that could be P3 for Ilbrink actually. Because he has 28.8, actually 28.9 down to Herman in 4th currently, which is a net P3 what I'm saying technically, but yeah, that's definitely going to be interesting to see if Ilbrink comes in now as well.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So Imre and Demeter swap position as they come through the Del Rogia. Gadamer has now got Kimi Larsen for company, so his race isn't going particularly well. It would seem he was right with Phil Reed previously. Phil Reed now 1.5 seconds off the back of Holstein. Where is Ilbrink? There he is. Where is Osterkamp? There he is. So we're thinking he's gonna Ilbrink's gonna come out around about 4th position. Ilbrink is back underway again. There goes Fastbender. There is Herman. Oh, you spot on! Now comes Ilbrink in 4th position. There is Kessler. You can't even see, you can only just see the vague silhouette of car number 10, Paul Ilbrink. Oh, well judged there, Simon. That's exactly where Ilbrink reappeared. And he has got the 3 Fighting SimRC guys ahead of him. So, again, he's most certainly on for, at this rate, he's on for another strong finish. We have less than 10 minutes remaining now. So, again, Paul Ilbrink, what a great exhibition of consistency there is really paying off for him.
Well, brilliant strategy as well to go late into the stint and take the shorter pit stop. He wasn't actually that fast into the lane, he was 32 on the lane. But the last he did when everyone in the pit was so fast, it actually put him from P6 to P4 lane.
Absolutely, that's really paying off well for him. That's the battle.
Impressive strategy and driving from Ilbrink.
Yeah, brilliantly done. Kimi Larsen still has a lot of pressure from Gadamer and Carrie Nolden. And a bit further down the road, Erkin Lindström a little bit on his own, but Evan Imre still has Bruno Demeter. Whoa, that was deep from car 16, but he's not going to have the drive on the exit. And there is Tom van Hooyman following through, 3 wide as they're coming into the first. There's Mo van Hooyman forced to the outside. Is he going to be pushed off the road? No, he's given the racing room. And right behind them, that is Knut Martinson's got a great ringside seat for the whole lot going off. As he wants a little bit wide, he's going to have the run on Bruno Demeter. Heading towards Ascari, side by side. Knut Martinson on the outside for the first part of the turn. He's boxed in behind Van Hooyman. Oh, Martinson backed out of that. He did not fancy going too wide into the beginning part of Ascari, but Demeter is badly out of position. Knut needs to just get a decent drive, and he could well nail car number 16 through. He comes. Side by side way before they get to the Parabolica, and there you see Van Hooyman and Imre also very, very close together. Side by side comes the privateer entry and the AOR yellow of Knut Martinsson and Bruno Demeter. Knut just about hanging on to the white lines there, almost flying off the road, but of course now Demeter's going to have the slipstream in return. Sarah Dubb's been through the pitch. She's actually not too far ahead of that battle we've just been watching. Look back. No, you can't quite see it. It wasn't as close as I thought. Oh, looking back for Evan Imre, you can see Demeter and Martinson side by side again as they come into that chicane. Knut Martinson just manages to fend them off. Kerry Nolden! Oh, I've just commented to cursed you. Literally as I cut to you, you were oh, so there we go. He's just been passed. Ah, he's pushed too hard to try and gain that position, and he's clunked into the wall. Kerry Nolden. Oh dear, your day's just got a lot harder, and now I suspect that's going to be you. Yeah, that's you in the pit lane. That is your day done.
Yeah, that's just. I think it's just one of the really annoying such as curves there are on the track, which will punish you very hard for hitting them.
Very, very much so. 5 laps remain. Here in Monza, there's Van Hooyman again, trying to make a move on Evan Imre, streaming on towards Ascari, and no, slots back into position. He can't afford to do that too many times. There's not many laps left, as mentioned. Through Ascari they come. Evan Imre's got a lot of defending to do. if he wants to hang on to that position. Go on.
The problem here is that for both of them is that also at least for Heumann is that also Knut Monsen is slowly but surely catching up to them now again, and can it be a nuisance for someone like Van Heumann because Evan and Knut are teammates.
Yeah, absolutely. So Knut is a little way off of that battle here. Here comes Van Heumann again, as Evan Imre sticks to the racing line as they're heading towards that first chicane, heading towards the Rettifidio. Who's going to be bolder on the brakes this time? And that's very close. I think Van Heumann realised he wasn't going to get alongside enough and backed out of that, but that compromises his exit from the Rettifidio towards the Cava Grande. Here comes, exactly as you said, Simon, here comes Knut Martinsen trying to then get involved in the battle ahead of him. He's going to be in the slipstream of car 77, streaming on towards the Del Rogia. What's going to happen? No, Knut doesn't fancy throwing his car on the inside there, but he's now piling the pressure on. Also trying to keep an eye, unfortunately, getting a little bit of lag here, so it's difficult to keep up with the numbers. Trying to keep an eye on the gap up front. René Osterkamp, Marcel Fassbender, as René crosses the line to complete lap 20. 4 to go. So 5.5 minutes in time term, and both of the top guys sitting at 1:41.6. A 6:05 for Osterkamp and a 6:12 for Fassbender. So Fassbender lost a massive 0.07 of a second over the race leader, but that could easily change in the blink of an eye. But I'm keeping a very firm eye on that three-way battle we've just been enjoying with Imre, Heumann and Martinsen. And Bruno Demita not too far off the back.
Well, no, it's definitely a very exciting battle to follow because it's just essentially just they get close, then it's apart. The team Heumann and Evan just seem to have been magnetic the entire race, just been close to each other all the time.
Oh, Conor Ryan side by side with Dominic Gaydemeyer coming through the Rettifidio. That was brilliantly driven by both of them. They're still side by side coming towards the Cava Grande, and Dominic Gaydemeyer's always swept too far across Conor Ryan's nose. Conor managed to cut underneath the Comrade Gaming car. That was brilliantly driven by the Radicals Online car 43. And is Gaydemeyer going to have a big dive coming into the first game? There he goes! Oh, how did Conor Ryan hold onto that one? Little bit of a nudge, I think, and Gaydemeyer's just rumbled onto the sand. He's managed to keep it, but that battle is getting very, very spicy.
Oh, yeah, that's a very bad battle, and that's for players in the top 10 as well. Battling for.
It is, yep, absolutely. He's the last of the top 10 spots. And there is Van Heumann still pressuring Evan Imre for that 14th position. As my numbers are going completely mad, trying to keep an eye on up top, checking in with René Osterkamp. René pulled out a 10th on his teammate, so he's doing what he can to remain in that lead spot. There's Van Heumann again, so close to Evan Imre. Evan's had a lot to do in this particular race. Now coming into Ascari again. Ooh, it's absolutely anybody's in this pack.
You know, it's definitely a very rare type battle. Heumann doesn't look a speed down, like looks to come back from losing position earlier, and it's not somewhat dropped Knut that too.
Oh, that's close. Knut's hanging on in there. But that was a nice pass then from Van Heumann coming through Parabolica. But that's given Evan the slipstream and the run. Wow, that gave Evan a big old dose of slipstream to give him a much better drive. And back up into 14th for 147.
Yeah. You're almost positive for about halfway down the straight.
And Knut's right in there as well. So now Tom's got the second AOR yellow car to contend with. 3 laps remain here in Monza. Bruno is falling a little bit off the back of this pack.
I'm still in a yellow sandwich.
Very much so. It's not an ideal position for him to be in. He's lost a few tenths on Evan. He's now got Knut really bearing down on him. Is Knut Martinsen going to be able to do anything against Sam Van Heumann in these remaining 3 laps? A little bit of dust being kicked up there. Where is Osterkamp? I always catch him when he's crossing the line. That's not intentional, I promise you. So again, that's a 10th back to Marcel.
2 more laps.
Indeed, penultimate lap there.
Judging by the time, and just by time left and lap times.
Yep, just 2 to go in this feature race here at Monza. Rene Osterkamp leads 1.6 seconds from Marcel Fassbender. Stefan Herman about 5 seconds further down the road with Paul Ilbrink in a steady fourth. Ironically, that'll be the third time he's been fourth, which is his worst finish of the season. Oh, that's Evan Imre and Tom Van Hooyman side by side again. Oh, Evan just managing to shot back in front of the NHR Esports car before coming into the Parabolica. Has that
Evan sacrificed his exit on that one.
Yeah, that's compromised Evan's exit, exactly as you say. Here comes Tom again. Big old amount of slipstream, jumps out from the tyre tracks of the AOR yellow, but he loses a lot of momentum. You can see just how much speed that Tom loses when he does. So I think Tom is carrying a bit more wing than he may well like.
Oh yes, it looks like he's running a wing level 1 or 2 clicks higher than what Evan is.
Which is not serving him well here in Monza. I lost Marcel Fassbender. I lost Marcel for a moment there. I thought we'd lost our second SimRC. Oh, Sarah Divers, something just happened to you? No, I think that was just a lag moment. She actually is not far ahead of this particular battle. Canute has fallen back into the clutches of Bruno Demeter. So Canute's had a bad run somewhere. He's now really being pressured by car number 16 for that 16th spot.
Osterkamp has started the final lap of the race as well.
He has indeed. 1.5 seconds between himself and Fassbender. Just has to keep it on the black stuff, and the victory surely is his. But I don't want to be cursing him into the wall, not for a second time. Although I wasn't actually looking at Rene Osterkamp when he went backwards into the wall last week. There, oh, Fassbender, Van Hooyman rather, again on Evan Imre. Evan keeping his car very much in the middle of the track, defending where he needs to, as Canute's doing the same tactic against Bruno Demeter behind. Tom Van Hooyman can't yet get the move done. Here we go again on the exit.
That's short to the line.
Oh, that is close.
Still have one more lap,
Yeah, still another lap, but of course with that extra wing he seems to be carrying, he just loses so much momentum when he's not in the slipstream. But Bruno Demeter though, on Canute Martinson behind them. Oh, that is so close. No, he's done it again, and that's a spin for Bruno Demeter. We saw he made that mistake earlier on. That's Ross Woodford. Don't take him out, and he manages to rejoin without doing so. Oh dear, that's undone itself for Bruno Demeter. But jumping back up front, you can see there's the top 4 in that shot. That is about 9 seconds from first to fourth. So, unless Rene has a very weird incident now, which of course he doesn't, your winner here in the feature race of Monza is the SimRC of Rene Osterkamp, chased home by Marcel Fassbender. Stefan Herman is going to round out the podium. SimRC dominance in the feature race. Paul Ilbrink comes home in 4th. Patrick Kessler is going to take that 5th spot. Luke Barton still strong results for the iZone Black car. Car number 12. So he exits Parabolica. He'll come home in 6th position. There's Holstein. Haven't seen a great deal of the Comrade Gaming team. Phil Reed, there he is. In 9th position, Kimi Larson for AOR Blue. Comes home in 9th. Connor Ryan is going to round out the top 10.
Evan tries to look around the outside of Evan again.
There they are, look. That's coming up to Parabolica as do or die now.
Oh,
that was close.
That's Paul cost Heumann P14.
Oh, it's gonna be
yeah,
close.
that is.
Yeah, there it is. So Evan Imre does indeed manage to hang on to that in Canute. With that one mistake that Bruno made, that dropped him so far off the back of Canute Martinson. I think Butelaar is the last car on the lead lap. Everyone else is at least a lap down. So let us then confirm the finishing results. It is Osterkamp, Fassbender, Herman, Ilbrink, Kessler, Barton, Holstein, Reed, Larson, Ryan, Gaidemeyer, Lindstrom, Derv, Imre, Van Hooyman, Martinson, Woodford, Demeter, Butelaar, Bennett, and those that didn't see the flag, I think Alex Bennett was indeed one of the ones that didn't see the flag, was Bennett, Nolden, Waldo, Bichet, McLeod, Beard, Sadler, Emerson, Pierce, and Morris. Wow. Can you just say one thing before we go? Jordan Pierce sat in the pits
for all 40 minutes almost of the race since his accident into turn 3.
So his demise was early. Which
I just looked. His lane time and stop time is 40 minutes. That's longer than the race itself.
That's a long pit stop. I think
someone must have enjoyed it racing as well.
Absolutely. Right, that is the feature race done. Do stay with us whilst we get prepared for our sprint race. It will need a new session, so it will take us a little while to get that set up and get everybody in the session. We then have a one-shot qualifying. Again, it's solo qualifying, everybody on track, but only they don't see anybody else. So do bear with us whilst we get that set up. We'll be back with you as soon as we can. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the qualifying for the sprint race here at the AOR for the iRacing Formula 3 League, round number 4 here at Monza. Back with me, Mr. Simon?
Yep.
Awesome stuff. So our drivers are completing their out laps and they are getting on to their one-shot qualifying now. Just one lap. They don't get another chance at this. Who is going to be top of the pile? Now, once again, it was our CMRC boys that were top of the tree in the short practice session that preceded. This one, not that that's a great surprise, but we'll see what they're able to do this time around. I think a couple of less drivers in this session than we had previously, so but I'm sure we will still have some amazing racing coming before us.
Indeed. The harder qualifying, this one was you have a single lap.
Yeah, not everybody suits this kind of one hit wonder qualifying session. Some people need a few laps to kind of get into it, get the best out of their car, but that is not what they've got for this particular session. As we're watching René Osterkamp go under the bridge, you can hear everybody else, but you can't see anybody, so no one can be accused of blocking or any other shenanigans like that. I think everybody has completed their out lap, so it is do or die. They only have a very short period of time, only about 5 minutes from when the session begins to when they, when they cross the line to get their time lap done. So it isn't long. So we'll see where everybody falls.
It's definitely a rush, and I think we can already now call. I think Sarah Dove and Karen Nolan was are people who already have spun. So.
Oh yeah. So yeah, they're going to struggle somewhat.
Yeah, that's not going to help the time.
A 1:41.281 for Osterkamp. Wow, he's not losing any time. Now you can see the times we're going to roll in. Oh, Marcel Fassbender by 15 thousandths of a second takes the top spot this time. It was so it's the CMRC boys again, but the other way round from where they were in the feature race. So Holstein currently up there in 4th. A great effort there. Who's still going? Paul Ilbrink? No. Paul. Oh, yes, he is. I beg your pardon. I had the wrong name. I went for Paul Ilbrink's name. I think I found Alexis Boucher. So Marcel, our current pole sitter. What can Ilbrink do? Let us see. And that's a 1:41.605. And that's 3rd for the Radicals Online car number 10. Nicely done. Phil Reed is. Oh, dear. Phil has stopped, so no time on the board for him. Oh dear.
Yeah, that's a problem for this championship. It's quite high, so.
That's a spin for Ty McLeod. Kerry Nolden, I think you said had already spun.
Yeah.
That's it. Carrying on for some practice nonetheless, so only 20 cars over the line to set a time. Sarah Dove was considerably slower than the rest, so.
Yeah, she lost the run to turn 2, so.
And that's qualifying done then. So, For the sprint race, it is going to be Fassbender, Osterkamp, Ilbrink, Herman, Holstein, Kessler, Gaidemeyer, Barton, Ryan, Larson, Woodford, Imre, Martinson, Butela, Hoyman, Lindstrom, Bennett, Pierce, Boucher, Dove, Sadler, Reed, Morris, Nolden, Demeter, Waldo, and McLeod. Let us, as everybody is then gridding up. Where's the... Well, why are my buttons moved around? Oh, the blimp camera's in a slightly better position this time. As we can actually see the track being formed as opposed to the back of the grandstand area. So everyone gridding up then. If 15 laps there or thereabouts for this 25-minute sprint race. So yes, considering the fun and chaos we had in the feature race, I am fully expecting this to be something quite spectacular.
Well, we can have the clean start as we had last time with no one really having anything into turn 1. That would be amazing.
Very, very true. Most of the grid have joined us, so just waiting for the last few to sort themselves out. Get on the grid. You can see some spots still on the grid. Come on! Come on! Adrenaline is pumping. We want to get this going. And once again,
the pace is just not big with King-Kodiak.
Not when the adrenaline goes. Here we go then. The lights will be coming on. There they are. It is time to wind them up and let them go. Who is going to have the best start? Again, Rennie Osterkamp getting away very well. And look at that. That's Ilbrink that has been demoted again. There's Holstein that is piling the pressure on, trying to do some. What a cracking run then. That, I think, is Patrick Kessler. Oh, huge impact. Osterkamp's round. That was there was another impact there. I think it was Herman that... Whoa, there's Alex Bennett that's going for a shortcut. Oh, wow, a lot of... several cars, indeed, having to take to the escape route. Wow, Osterkamp, disaster, down to 15th for him. And up front there is Fassbender. He's away. Look at Luke Barton in the middle of a 3 wide, heading towards the second chicane. Oh, again, lots of jostling going on, but Rennie Osterkamp, oh no, all the way down there in 15th position. He's got a lot of fighting to do. That's someone in the wall. Oh, was that Barton in the wall? No, Luke Barton, we're looking at it. was Luke Barton's teammate. Alexis Boucher is in trouble. Alexis has lost a nose. Oh my goodness, it is all happening. Oh, that's Connor Ryan. Connor Ryan's going for a big... Oh no, that's David Butela that is upside down into the wall. Oh no, I did think it was going to be pretty chaotic. This wasn't quite what I had in mind. Luke Barton is fighting with Kimi Larson. Kimi Larson up to 5th position. He's had a very good start. He's already up 5. Whoa, and Luke's pushed very wide. There's Holstein and Gaidemeyer trying to demote him. Oh wow, it is chaos and anarchy everywhere.
That was a very explosive at the start.
Pierce is in. Jordan Pierce again in trouble. He's had horrific luck. Oh, and the bump just sent him into the wall. Oh my goodness me, his day is done as well. As we've got several people coming, there's Holstein and Barton coming into the pits. It's not mandatory for the sprint race, so that's going to really hurt their progress. I think Nolden in as well. Yep, Kerry Nolden's coming in. You can see there's damage on the right side of the front wing. Oh no, disaster for them, but Fassbender now nearly 2 seconds clear of Ilbrink, who's under pressure from Stefan Herman. So not a bad start for Ilbrink. He's again avoided a lot of the carnage. But goodness me, a lot of people. And oh, that's Ty McLeod that's gone for a bit of a spin down there at Retifidio. That'll be Bruno Demeter that he's done a slipstream arm and really outbraked himself. A slight graze on the wall, and I think he's avoided any major impact. He'll carry on going now down to 17th position for him. He's still got a lot of company down there. The Bruno Demeter is, I think he's just had an issue at the second chicane. Yep, he's just gone for a spin. He managed to... Oh, that's Sarah Dove that just managed to sneak around him. That was very close. And look at that behind. That's Martins and Morris and Osterkamp. Osterkamp trying to recover from that disastrous start. He's still in 16th. He hasn't gone very far through the field. So, oh dear, the Sim RC dominance of the last race not being repeated.
Well, definitely not. Oscar with a disaster start, to put it lightly. First a spin into turn 1, and then I think it was something into turn 4 or 5 as well. Not to start your one when you just won the last race.
Puts him 20.6 seconds from the leader as he's just flown past Knut Martinsson. I doubt Knut put up a great deal of a fight. You know who you're realistically in a fight with. And there is Fassbender, of course, getting the fastest lap of the board. There he is, 2 seconds clear of Paul Hilbrink, who Paul is trying to break away from the next MRC car in line. There he is, Stefan Hermann, car number 179, who seems to be lagging a little bit at the moment. Then it's Kessler in 4th. Then you've got Larson and Gaidemeyer fighting for 5th position at the moment. Ross Woodford about 1.6 behind. Then you've got Phil Reed and Evan Imre having a great scrap there for 8th position. Phil not getting a time on the board from 22nd up to 8th. So he'd had a cracking start as he has fought off Evan at the moment. Then you've got Adam Sadler, 10th position. Saradov next down the road. Then Alexander Waldo, he's done very well, 26th up to 12th. So it's proving to be a pretty good day for him. Demeter, similar story, 25th to 13th. Then you've got Osterkamp, who's broken free of Knut Martinsson and Ty McLeod. Daniel Morris is in that mixture as well. He wasn't there when we last saw Rene Osterkamp. So Rene now starting to really get his toe down. He's got a lot of ground to make up, not a lot of time in which to do it. But that battle with Ty McLeod and Knut Martinsson rages on. That's for 16th position. And then you got all those that have been through the pits. So Luke Barton, Kerry Knowles and Alex Bennett, Christoph Holstein, Tom von Heumann and Conor Ryan all having been through the pits. It looks like we've lost Erka Lindstrom, Alexis Boucher, David Buteler and Jordan Pierce again. Oh dear, I think I must be a bit of a curse with Jordan Pierce. Wow, Gaidemeyer, you were wide coming through Parabolica.
This really just a day into the history book that doesn't exist for Jordan Pierce. He spent 40 minutes in the pit just watching for the feature race, and he's already out now for the sprint race. So that's not really the day you want. I can't say so much. I won't say names, but someone is not happy.
I suspect so. It's probably a good thing that we can't see the driver chat from stream side after what we just saw. As Osterkamp gets the fastest lap.
Fortunately, I can't see it, and it's definitely explosive.
It's colourful, I imagine. Yes, I remember Stevie commenting on that before. Alexander Waldo's just been passed by Bruno Demeter, so Bruno having a good time. There's Alex Waldo. Oh, that's someone being lapped. That's 43. That's Conor Ryan, keeping very much out of the way. I thought that was someone in trouble. That's Conor trying to stay out of trouble as he bounces off the road, avoiding Rene Osterkamp. Well, maybe not as much as he needed to, but he does indeed stay out of the way. Doesn't hold up. Oh, Rene Osterkamp is pushing like a madman at the moment. I mean, you've got to think he's 3 seconds quicker than Waldo last time around. So that just shows you the pace difference, how out of position he is. Outside of Alexander Waldo, I would think Waldo is not going to challenge this. Again,
it doesn't make sense for him to challenge it.
And yeah, he slots in behind Osterkamp. He knew there was no point fighting that one. Oh, what's happened to McLeod? Something's happened between McLeod and Martinsson. They've swapped positions. Let's see if we can catch up with what happened between them. Go back a little way. It looked like it happened a little while ago. Oh, Ross Woodford, what's happened to you? You've had a spin coming down to Parabolica. Oh, that's a slightly unusual one. And there he goes. He just caught that inside apex. Around the car went. Oh, dear. That's a slightly more unusual one. But as Bruno Demeter's now gone past, there is Osterkamp still on that recovery charge. Still the fastest man out there. He's got one. Is he going to nail the other one? Whoa, slaloming in between Woodford and Demeter as Osterkamp still trying to recover some lost ground. Dives on the inside of that Ferrari liveried car. Very nicely done, Rene Osterkamp. Now less than 20 seconds to the leader, but with 17.5 minutes to do anything about it, I think that's going to be a little bit much for to expect Osterkamp to fight his way to the front. But
17.5 minutes. 17.5 minutes, and with people just as far to like the further he gets up, the faster people are. So it's going to be harder and harder for him to get past.
That is
also, Osterkamp really just threading the needle between Woodford and Demeter.
That was so close. But Woodford and Demeter still side by side coming through the first Lesmo. There is Waldo directly behind them, so he could very, very much get involved if it all comes to grief. Waldo, yeah, Waldo then having to slightly avoid Demeter, it looked like that. Oh, there in the background is Morris kicking a bit of dust into Ty McLeod's face. As Demeter then is going to have to fend off Waldo. No, Waldo, I think he's going to stay in line, but that battle rages on for 12th position. Alex Sadler on the back of Evan Imre. That's a great scrap going on there. That's Phil Reed, who's very slow, who's lost that position to Evan. He's been under pressure from the AOR Yellow for a while. Alex Sadler looking to get involved in there as well. Great three-way scrap going on there. As Phil Reed looking to regain that spot on Evan, and Alex Sadler looking to do the same. Is Evan going to lose 2 spots on the same straight? How's this one going to pan out? This could go horribly wrong. And Phil Reed sided into position. Evans boxed in. Oh, that was very well timed by Alex Sadler. Evan had nowhere to go. He was completely boxed in between the two ahead of him. And that is down 2 positions for Evan Imre. Phil up to 7th. Evan up to 8th. Oh, Morris is in trouble, I think. Waldo, if you just... Oh! That was...
The one who just got spun from the Woodford.
Yeah, Woodford and Demeter come together. What happened here? Oh, it looked like Woodford got into the back of Demeter and they kind of locked in position now. That's going to be slightly awkward. Woodford bounces off of Demeter. Oh dear. I suspect that, again, that's going to go to the stewards, I would imagine, before the day is done. Oh, there's
that thing damage there to Dominator as well, so that's maybe a trip into the pits.
Could well be. Oh, look at this three-way battle for the 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Herman, Ilbrink, Kassler. Although, spot the odd one out. Elbring being the non-SimRC guy there. So he is fighting to regain that 2nd spot from Stefan Herman. There you see Fassbender 3.5 seconds down the road. Where Phil Reed is staying on the back of Alex Sadler. Of course, we've just witnessed that position swap round. Is Phil Reed going to dive in the inside of Parabolica? I doubt it. I would think he's going to stay there. We had to wonder whether he was going to go for it just as I said that, but no, he stays there. He wants a decent drive through and out of Parabolica as he lags again, and he's going to dive towards well, he's going to try and reproduce this maneuver as Ilbrink trying to move on Herman, but Herman then successfully defended that one. What's happened to Daniel Morris? Whoa, that's very wide for Ross Woodford. As Rennie Osterkamp again with the fastest lap. As we had last time around, lots of battling going on everywhere. Oh, Alex Sadler as Phil Reed trying to make the move, coming into the Retivilio as we thought he would. But he had a terrible drive on the exit, and Alex Sadler back up ahead of him. Now through Curva Grande, Phil Reed wants to get the momentum, and then the inside for the next turn. Does Phil Reed manage it? Let's see. Who's going to be bolder on the brakes? Phil Reed goes through this still side by side. No, Alex Sadler backs out of that one. That was very close to impact. So nicely done. But here comes Evan Imre. He wants to demote Alex another position. No, he can't get that one done before they get into the Lesmos. Wow, it's all kicking off everywhere. There is the battle for 2nd as Paul Ilbrink is sizing up Stefan Herman, heading towards Ascari again. I doubt he's going to make a move here. He's going to probably be thinking about when they come back around for the Retivilio. But we've seen a few moves on the inside of Parabolica, on the nose of the Radicals Online. Car number 10. He's getting the slipstream. Oh! How was that not impact between the two? I think Stefan Herman lagged at the perfect moment there as Paul Ilbrink nearly slammed into the back of him.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. That was maybe a bit questionable as well, the move. But let's see what it goes to.
Oh, that's so very close. Ilbrink using every available inch of slipstream he can. He pulls alongside Herman.
Ilbrink also denying Herman any chance of getting a better line into turn 1. At least trying to.
I think we've got the same situation here that we saw last time around. There's a Saradov and Rene Osterkamp swap position. Where you've got someone with a higher amount of wing trying to slipstream past someone. As soon as they jump out of that slipstream, they just lose all that momentum. It's almost like they come grinding to a halt. And I think that's what Ilbrink's got again. What's going on with Morris and Woodford? They're swapping position again. There's car 78. Ross Woodford comes back up into 14th spot. Alex Sadler still right with Phil Reed. Is going to have a look on the inside of the Retivilio. They were side by side here again. Wow, Phil threw his car in. How that didn't spin, I don't know. But well driven. Evan Imre right there to capitalise on it in case it all goes wrong. Oh, that's very deep for Sadler. Coming into the first Lesmo, but does manage to hold it. It's not much of a stretch between the two. through the second one. Keeps it nice and steady. Evans got no answer there. As Sadler continues to pile the pressure on Phil Reed, Ty McLeod and Alex Waldo for 12th position. They're very, very close. As you can see, ooh, car 13, keep that one straight and true, which he does. This is difficult to know where to look. That battle
you don't say there's so many good battles over down the field. You have Reed, Sadler, Emre again in a freeway battle. You have Herman, Ilbrink. Just generally really good racing all throughout the field.
Fassbender again getting his name in the fastest lap. And we remain on board with Ilbrink. You'll see that he's got the momentum when he jumps out the slipstream, but he just vanishes. As soon as he does, he's going to try and string it on the outside. There he goes into the Retrovilio. He manages to do it. Finally dislodges Stefan Herman from that second position, but how well is he going to be able to hold it? Now Ilbrink's got no one to slipstream against. It's unlikely that Kessler is going to attack Herman to any great degree. And there, whoa, that was very close. Ilbrink with a very late defense there, but Herman is lagging quite badly, so that could become rather spicy later on. Through the D'Arlogia they come. There in the background you can see that's Dominic Ademan and Kimi Larson. They were the other way around last time we saw them.
Sadler. Oh, that's Reed wide, Phil Reed.
Oh, yeah, Phil Reed's in trouble. That's going to be Evan Imre passing, which it is. Rennie Osterkamp has caught this particular battle. You would think he's just going to absolutely fly through. Oh, slightly wide coming through the first last mate. He's not been able to close in too much on Fassbender. Of course, we saw Marcel get the fastest lap last time around. Realistically speaking, I think that 7th is about where Osterkamp's going to finish. There's such a big gap between Sadler and Kimi Larson, 6th or 7th, that I don't think Rennie Osterkamp's going to close that one down. I don't doubt he's going to get into that slot, but it's going to be a bit of an ask for him to close it down. So there's that battle. He jumps out of the slipstream of a lagging Phil Reed. He's on the inside heading towards Parabolica, and ooh, Phil's thinking about going on the inside of Evan Imre. Is Rene going to try and dive past the pair of them? Oh, Phil's trying. Oh, wow, Rene Osterkamp minding his own business.
Phil using the endurance tech of just following the faster car.
Yeah, but they haven't got long to do it. So here comes Osterkamp. Then he's going to try an outside manoeuvre through Retrovilio. Is Evan going to back out of it, or is he going to fight him? He's perfectly entitled to fight him, you know, with only 9 minutes left. And
Evan's going to take the fight.
Yeah, and quite rightly so. Phil getting very quickly coming out of the Retrovilio. He's fighting Osterkamp. He's not prepared to just let that one go. And again, he's perfectly entitled to. There's nothing to say he can't fight him.
He is still a racing driver, even if it's virtual. He still wants the points.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Ooh, again, you saw he was poised to dive on the inside of the D'Arlogia. Chose not to go for it. There in the background, Sarah Dove in 11th position rather. So she's closing in on this particular pack at quite a rate of knots, judging by the last lap times. So she'll be really involved if they keep fighting like that. Also, Herman and Ilbrink are still fighting, so this will be where Herman, if he has got lower wings, will be at a more of an advantage. But we will see how well Ilbrink can defend that one. Osterkamp right under the rear wing of Evan Imre coming through Ascari. That's how close it is. And he's going to go for it. There he goes. Evan didn't really fight that one too much at that point. I think he realised that one was done. There is Alex Sadler ahead of him. And then it's 7.5 seconds down the road to Kimi Larson. A straightforward pass for Osterkamp in the end. But, well, fair play. They fought it as long as they realistically could.
Yeah, fair play. Not actually taking the fight to Osterkamp, even though he's definitely is the faster driver, but at least taking the fight is encouraging and shows.
That's Herman and Ilbrink side by side as they've come through the Retrovilio. It's kind of difficult to track Herman at the moment. He's lagging away. Patrick Ketter's got a great ringside seat for this one.
Oh,
wow! Oh, goodness! That is Kessler making a really big move. Whether he... Oh, wow, and Ilbrink just closed him off. Wowee, that was a big old statement of intent there. What were we saying with Sadler?
Sadler, Evan and such. Just, I think Osterkamp tries to go onto the inside.
We've lost
saddle.
Osterkamp! Osterkamp is out! He's hit the incident limit! Oh no! Rene Osterkamp is disqualified! No! My goodness!
That's
that
him.
is rough. That is so rough. From 8th place, from the incredible recovery drive he was having, he is out. Oh my goodness. Alex Sadler's got to be careful as well because he's on 11.
Yeah, he has 2 more than he of room. That's not much.
No.
Also come in the server chat, just unbelievable.
Yeah.
That could be taken in multiple ways, I can say.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
That could be saying he's shocked or he is not happy.
Yeah, I think it's a fairly safe guess. He's not happy. There's Ilbrink again trying that outside manoeuvre on Herman. He's because of the sort of wing difference or the pace difference that Ilbrink has when he's not in that slipstream. He's got to be careful when he times that. As Kessler is also ready to pounce as well if it all goes horribly wrong. That's the view from car number 28. He's going to get a lovely slipstream off of Ilbrink. Is he going to have a dive on the inside of the Del Roger again? There he goes. Is he going to get the move done this time? Yes, he does. Ilbrink had no immediate answer to that at least. That was a lovely move by Kessler. That does make a CMRC 1-2-3 at the moment. Ilbrink there ready to try and upset that balance. If like so, if Kessler wanders a bit wide coming through Lesmo. Oh, and again! Go on, Simon.
The sea of yellow is back in front.
Yes, but there's a very definitive presence of red trying to do something about it in the form of number 10. Oh, that was close between Kessler and Ilbrink there, and that's allowing Herman to run off. He's already got 1.1 seconds between himself and Kessler. And there is Dominic Gaydimer in the background. So Dominic Gaydimer, who's got 0 incidents on the board, by the way, along with Patrick Kessler. Sarah Dove as well on 0. Not even the mighty Canute has got 0. He's all the way down to 17th with, but he's got 8 on the board, so still nowhere near the limit. Yeah, what a shocker though for Osterkamp.
Yeah, it's in general just the fact that he hit the incident limit in the first place is unbelievable.
Indeed.
You really need to been seeing some. You'd really been out for something and have had a bad race if you hit the incident limit.
Well, that is what's happened. He is gone, unfortunately. But 19 drivers remain. We've lost quite a few from this race. Rennie Osterkamp, Tom Van Hooyman, Connor Ryan, Kerry Nolden, Rebecca Lindstrom, Alexis Boucher, David Buteline, and Jordan Pierce have been our victims from this race. As we continue to watch Paul Ilbrink battle with Patrick Kessler. And Stefan Herman is gone down the road, and Fassbender is certainly gone down the road. Oh, Phil Reed, Sarah Dove having a battle into the Curva Grande. Sarah Dove on the inside of the Curva Grande has taken that 9th spot. Here comes Phil Reed. Is he going to have another crack? It's all very close, but no, not quite. It's going to
actually, Phil.
Go on.
I'm just looking. Phil lost the rear out of turn 2. That's why Starrett came past.
Let's have a look at how that happened.
It's a while back now. I don't think you can find it.
Oh, there he goes. Yeah, exactly as you said. He just touched the grass in the exit of Rettifilio. And there goes Sarah Dove on the inside of Curva Grande. Yep, good spot there, Simon. Oh, Ilbrink was very close, I think, to... Let's just jump backwards slightly, because he was very close to the back of...
Oh, around the outside of the rink.
Oh, there he is on the outside of Parabolica.
I make a mistake, although now the wing levels are gonna hurt.
Yeah. Here he goes again. There goes the CMRC drawing alongside again, and that's Kessler back up into 3rd. We only have 2 laps to go, and Paul Ilbrink is going to have to be planned very carefully how he's going to make this move. I'm sure he's been thinking about it all race long. Oh, is he nearly nudges the back of Kessler? Kessler gets very squirrely on the exit of the Rettifilio. Oh, and Ilbrink staying as much as he can in the slipstream. Now through Curva Grande, he's going to be forced to the outside, is he? And jumps back into the slipstream. He's got to be careful of when he catches. Is he going to make a big move on the inside of the Del Rogia? Oh, for a bit of dust as they come through. There he goes.
He goes for it.
Yeah, there he is up into 3rd. If he's got that greater wing amount, then that's the time he needs to use it, which he does. There's Dominic Gaydimer. He's too far back to put pressure on Kessler to get him off of Ilbrink's case. But I think this one's going to be all the way to the flag.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I looked at the speeds down stop finish rate. Elgato is 5 to 6 kilometers an hour slower than Herman down that stop finish rate. And for the duration of this rate, that's a lot of speed to lack.
Yeah, a place like here where the straightest along is no small amount. Phil Reed is still continuing to apply the pressure to Sarah Dove, even in his laggy stay. Oh, Walder's off! He was battling with Ross Woodford. What happened there? Oh, the tail just got completely away from him in the first Lesmo. And that is off into the sand for you. He's still going in 15th position, car number 4. Final lap then of this race here at Monza. There is your race leader. Fassbender leads Herman. Ilbrink is fending off Patrick Kessler for that final podium spot. Oh, Sarah Dove and Phil Reed still having their fights. They come to the Parabolica. Sarah Dove, wow, gets a big old helping of slipstream when Phil's there. Of course, when he's in lag, they don't get the slipstream effect. With Sarah Dove with a great, much better exit off the Parabolica than Phil Reed. Unless Phil's carrying damage, which is certainly possible considering the chaos we had at the beginning of the race. It's certainly possible that that is why he's struggling so much. Oh,
if yes, it definitely doesn't affect his top speed. It's about the same as Sarah Dove. So
whatever the difference is, it's helping Sarah Dove stay in contention for that 9th spot. There goes Phil Reed on the outside of the Cava Grande. He's going to have the inside of the Del Rogier again. Who's going to be bothered on the brakes now? Sarah backs out of that one early enough to let Phil go. But she'll want to attack him later on as he runs a little bit wide. Where is our race leader? There he is, Marcel Fassbender through Ascari. He's charging on unless he throws it strangely into the wall now. This is surely going to be his victory.
Indeed, absolutely, just commanding race for Fassbender. 2 poles and taking it from there. Not really challenged in any way, shape or form by anyone.
No. Oh, there's Sarah Dove jumping out of the slipstream of Phil Reed as they come towards Ascari. But your winner here at Monza is going to be Marcel Fassbender, who returns to the top spot of the podium. Stefan Herman takes the 2nd position. Paul Ilbrink does indeed hold on for that 3rd place spot. Breaking up the sea of yellow, Patrick Kessler 4, Gaydemir 5, Kimi Larson crosses the line in 6th. Alex Sadler. Forever getting that wrong.
Alex Sadler.
Not Adam Sadler.
That's a completely different person. Yeah.
Just a little bit. Evan Imre coming across the line in 8th. Phil Reed is going to... Phil Reed and Sarah Dove side by side. And Phil... Oh, as they destroy their cars. Phil was ahead by 0.3 of a second from Sarah. So Sarah was demoted into 10th. Ty McLeod takes 11th. Andy Morris a little bit further down the road, 12. Oh wow! I think everyone's still remaining. I think is still on the lead lap. And the last one is Mr. Holstein. There he is. That's definitely one to forget for him.
Yeah, he's been very invisible in the sprint race, and he actually also was quite a bit in the feature race, I feel.
Oh, Phil Reed. That was very lucky. That impact he had after he crossed the line actually pushed him over the incident limit. So he was running very, very close to the win there. As Holstein has actually just stopped his car. Oh, is he going to go over the line backwards? Oh, he's just having some donuts there. Well, he's the last man on the road, so why not let him have his fun? Oh, he's going to park it on the line.
We're still waiting for him to get over the line.
There he goes.
Thank you.
So, to confirm the results then, it is Fassbender, Herman, Ilbrink, Kessler, Gaydemir, Larson, Sadler, Imre, Reed, Dove, McLeod, Woodford, Morris, Barton, Waldo, Demeter, Martinson, Bennett. Holstein, those that didn't see the flag were Osterkamp, Van Hooyman, Nolden, Ryan, Lindstrom, Pierce, Buselar and Boucher. Oh, what a race that was.
Bit of post-race from between Martin and Hoyson just smashing into Martinson.
I love.
Well, you know what? That was a interesting race.
Just a little bit, and there's the 3 CMRC guys, or 3 remaining CMRC guys coming into the pits, line astern. Very nicely done. Unfortunately, for personal reasons, I'm not able to stick around to do the driver interviews this time. Well, I'm looking at the clock. I can do one, as Saradov has actually made herself available for interview, so we'll have a quick chat with her. She had a great scrap with Phil Reed at the end there, so let's have a quick chat with Sarah. Hello, Saradov. How are you feeling after that one?
A lot better than I expected.
Well, you had a lovely strong. As it 13th was it in the feature race, and you had a great old scrap there with Phil Reed towards the end of the sprint.
Yeah,
you really were getting your elbows out.
Yeah, I don't like this track, and I'm not good at it, so it's a bit surprising, especially compared to Zandvoort last week, where I really loved that track, but I didn't get any points, so it's a bit of a reversal.
Well, Zandvoort was an exceedingly crazy race. I think we all can agree on that one. But so, looking forward to the remainder of the season?
Yeah, I think hopefully my bad weeks have been spent and I can maybe do better and sort of keep up the momentum, I suppose.
Is there a particular race you're looking forward to the most?
Silverstone.
Oh, of course, remaining patriotic.
It's not the design, it's the historic layout of the old layout, which has no chicanes. So
that is true.
Really good.
Well, we look forward to seeing you then, and good luck for the remaining races.
Thank you.
Just got time to have a quick chat with our championship leader, Mr. Elbrink. Hello to you, sir. Your microphone is muted, incidentally.
Now it's not.
There we go. Well, Paul, did you have a lot of work to do?
Yes, in the second race, indeed.
Were you running a bit higher wings than those around you?
I'm afraid we did, yeah. Like, I don't know, but the CMRC's top speed was quite high, and the first race seemed like so boring because they were just like running away on the straights, and I couldn't, like, lap times weren't even that much quicker, I think, but when I wasn't in the draft, there was very little I could do. I could just, like, try to keep making no mistakes and be flawless and drive till the end, which was quite boring in the first one. But, yeah.
I mean, you have an incredible record of consistency. Your worst result so far has been 4th, which I have to say is absolutely amazing, and any wonder you're riding the top of the championship. Are you confident you'll be able to stay there, or do you think it's going to be quite a fight for the remainder of the season?
Well, if Rene keeps getting help from his teammates like that, I'm sure I'll stay on top, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Last two races have been lacking a bit pace compared to them, so yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how it will develop over the rest of the season. But
any particular round you're looking forward to?
No, I have not even looked at the schedule, so I'm not sure what's. I think Coda's next, but other than that, I don't know. There's a couple of fun tracks, but I'll take it as it comes and do my best everywhere.
Well, we look forward to your performances, and best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Ooh, Evan Imre is in the box. Let's have a chat to the Mad Scotsman. Mr. Imre.
Hello there.
Well, we did get to have a good old watch of some of your battles going on. That was you had a great ringside seat for some great battles ahead of you, and then you had to play the defensive game. So you must be feeling it after tonight.
No, it's crazy in Monza. It's non-stop overtaking with the straights. You can't really get someone off your tail. You have to. It's just, well, everyone's running the same setup, nearly, and you're just sleeping past each other, and you have to get away in the middle sector if you want any chance at actually solidifying that place. But yeah, it was mental first race and then mental second race. I don't know how I didn't get big damage in the sprint, but I 14th and 8th, quite pleased with that.
Yeah, I imagine so. Some sort of nice, solid haul of points there. Any particular round you're looking forward to for the rest of the calendar?
Well, next week's Kota, nobody's looking forward to that. Got Suzuka in a couple of weeks, which has got to be really fun. Everyone loves Suzuka. And got Donington and Spa. Road Atlanta is my favourite. And yeah, I've got a couple other good ones there. So should be a good rest of the season.
And have you got your stock of Iron Brew there, fella?
Oh, well, no. I've got some Stella instead.
Trust you.
I didn't drink Iron Brew. I've actually got 5 bottles of Iron Brew sat next to me, but I never drink them. So.
Ugh, heathen.
I'm losing Scottish identity.
On that note, thanks for joining us, Evan, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Cheers.
As a quick translation, I asked Evan if he drank Iron Brew, which is a Scottish product. That's why I went down that particular line. Now, that's going to wrap it up for this evening. Thank you very much to those that have been with us throughout the stream. A great pleasure to have you with us. Thank you, Simon, for joining me this time and keeping me on the straight and narrow. A great pleasure to have you with me, sir.
You're welcome.
And as mentioned, next week it is Kota for the Formula 3s. So that is going to be quite interesting. I think by the sound of it, we're going to enjoy it in the commentary box more than the drivers was. It is a very challenging circuit, so I do look forward to that. We have, as far as AOR is concerned, we've got the Esports Team Championship going on tomorrow for the PC side. We've got the iRacing GTE guys return on Monday. Plenty of action going on in the week, so do come back to us for more AOR action. Thank you very much, and good night.